I really have to clarify something, and I wanted to respond to a comment that I received a couple months ago that I've been meaning to make a video on. And also, real fast, I'm so sorry I've been so MIA lately on this channel. I think it's been about 2 weeks since I last posted. The holidays definitely kind of got away from me, and I took a good amount of time to just kind of let go of work stuff and just focus on family stuff. So I really hope that you guys all had a very Merry Christmas, and we are heading into the new year. So with heading into the new year, I really wanted to take the time to address this comment in a video because I think it's very important to talk about and something that I know that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to pricing your products. So today's topic, I want to dive into pricing your products for wholesale and retail and why I recommend pricing the way that I do, and also responding to a comment that I received that was giving me a little bit of pushback on the information that I was giving in that video. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And I wanted to read this comment and then kind of comment on it further, if you will. Honestly, you are not helping beginners just starting out at all with this video. You know good and well that when people are first starting out, most people are not buying everything in bulk, so their cost to make product is naturally going to be high, which in turn is going to cause them to charge way more than what is logical for the market. They do not need to be charging 4 times that price starting out. We need to be honest about how you will not be making as much money whenever you start off as when you get further down the road, because they'll be able to buy in bulk and get materials for cheaper. I like your channel, but this video was very disappointing and misleading, my opinion. And to be honest, I completely agree with this comment. I agree with everything about this comment. I agree that when you're first starting out, you are not going to be buying pallets of jars or pallets of wax or thousands of different individual supply items. I understand that. And I also understand that it takes time to actually really turn a profit in your business and really start seeing that income coming in. And it really can take a while to get your cost of goods down to the point that you want them to be. With saying that, I wanted to apologize because I feel that in this specific video that I received this comment on, I didn't mention something that I typically like to mention in other videos. And that has to do with the fact that when you are going through your prices and your cost of goods, I always recommend that if you are able to look and see what is the potential lowest possible price that you can get each supply item down to. So essentially you can think about in the future, maybe not now, maybe right now I'm not able to buy, 15 boxes of wax or a full pallet of wax. But what about in the future when I am? What price is that going to be? And of course, there is, price increases and inflation, but you can get kind of a rough estimate of what it's going to be for you. And you can do your prices based on that future cost of goods, based on how much you will be able to get your cost of goods down to in the future. I think I also have this in my pricing chapter in my Ultimate Guide to Starting a Candle Business. And I made it known that I understand that not everybody starting out is going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on materials. It's just not the norm for most people starting businesses. Some people can, most people are not able to. I was not able to. So not everything that I was getting in the beginning was everything as low as possible that I could get down to. So this person is completely right that you most likely are not going to be purchasing everything in bulk. But what I recommend is for you to still do the research and say, hey, if money was not an option, if I could do the most bulk price, or at least maybe like a middle ground bulk price. So maybe, let's say you're getting fragrance oil from Candle Science, instead of getting 16-ounce jars, would you be able to get a 5-pound jug, maybe a 10-pound jug at some point, and be able to do the math on those numbers. Again, maybe not right now, but maybe in the future. Maybe right now it costs you $9 to make a candle, but could you get it down to $5 a candle, maybe $4.75 a candle? You really just have to do your due diligence and see how low you're able to get down your total cost of goods down to. And then you can use that number to input into the formula to figure out your retail price. So for instance, I recommend to do cost of goods times 4 plus 10 to 20% to give you a little bit more leeway for discounts and deals, and to give you a little bit more of that gross profit margin if you're wanting to do wholesale. Now, if wholesale is not in the cards for you, if you are not wanting to do wholesale, then feel free to just multiply your cost of goods by 2, 2.5, or 3 if you're comfortable with that range. If you know absolutely that you do not want to do wholesale and you just want to do direct to consumer, then feel free. We're all free to charge whatever we want. This is just a baseline. This is for profit. This is so that you are actually going to build a business that's going to be profitable. I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, if your candle costs $9, just sell it for 15 or just sell it for 17 because you don't want to charge too much for it. It is the responsibility of us as business owners to work as hard as possible to get those cost of goods lower, but also to really build that brand awareness. Branding can really change the overall perceived value of your product. So when we're seeing all these big candle brands that are charging over $100 to $300, $400 for their candles, we know that they are not, that it doesn't cost $50 to $100 to make that candle. It just doesn't. Their profit margin is wild, and that's just because of the perceived value of their branding. And you can do that as well. Not to say that everybody watching this video is going to be starting a luxury candle brand and can charge over $100 for their candle, but it's just something to think about, that yes, you have to think about the market, so who your target market is, what they are willing to pay for, your branding, your marketing, everything kind of goes in hand that is going to influence the price that you charge for your products. But the reason why I say 4 times, which sounds like it's a lot starting out, and yes, in the future you can raise your prices as you go along, but it's really just so you are making a profit and you're able to reinvest that money back into your business to help you grow a little bit quicker. So if you're only making, let's say, 1.5 or 2 times on everything, then it's going to be a slower start for you. And again, you don't have as much wiggle room. Any kind of refunds, any kind of free product is going to feel very, it's going to make you feel like you don't want to give away things or handle customer service situations in the best way, because you're going to feel that tightness. You're going to feel the very short profit margin, and it's going to make you, I guess, a little less likely to give good customer service, if you know what I mean, in certain situations. So that is my whole reasoning behind my formula for pricing your products for retail and wholesale. So retail is that cost of goods times 4 plus 10 to 20%, and then wholesale is just 50% of that price, so that you are making about maybe like a 55% gross profit margin. You could even charge a little bit more. I know makers that are doing cost of goods times 5 at least. Some people do even more than that. And again, it just depends on your branding, your marketing, your target market, and who they are and what they're willing to pay. And this is just a starting point. So I really wanted to take a moment and address that, because I think it's really important to address and let you know that nobody expects you to be buying pallets of everything in the beginning. So if you're stressed out over your cost of goods and thinking it cost me $10 to make a candle, I'm supposed to charge between $40 and $50. I live in a small town, like nobody's gonna buy this. I don't know what to do. Just take a breather and look at what you can do in the future. If money wasn't an issue and you were able to get each supply item in your candle down as low as you possibly could, what would that number look like? And you can use that as basically a goal cost of goods to get down to, so that when you are getting that money coming in, you can then reinvest it back into the business and buy your supply items in bulk, so that now your cost of goods is that number. So I really hope that this video helped cleared things up. I do appreciate that this person commented this because it allowed me to address it with you, because as much as I have been making videos here on YouTube for a long time, I have always tried my best to make every video beginner friendly in some way, whether that's adding in some helpful info or advice or tips and tricks that maybe beginners would need to know. And I try to remember that when I'm talking about cost of goods. So I apologize that I didn't include it in that video, but I really hope that this video helped you out. If it did, make sure to leave this video a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video.